My name is Beth Kepler. I'm the Director of Teaching and Learning for Teays Valley Schools. We've had several questions from parents about what to expect in the hybrid model, so I've created this short video to help explain what the start of the school year will look like. Our teachers have been participating in professional development and are working to set up their classrooms, both in person and virtual, to prepare for Viking Nation to return to school next week. We've been working throughout the summer to develop plans for the 2021 school year. In our planning, we prioritize the health and well-being of staff, students, and their families. We are implementing health and safety guidelines and recommendations from the state of Ohio and Pickaway County Public Health, and we are adapting our instruction to meet the needs of students. Parents had two options for the school year: a 100% online option, the Teays Valley Digital Academy, or a school-based option, which could be in person, hybrid, or remote based on the recommendations of the health department. This presentation will address learning in the school-based option. While parents who chose the 100% online option may find this information helpful, TVDA parents will get specific information about TVDA and orientation meetings that will be coming up. As you know, we've committed to starting in the hybrid model and staying in that model for the first 9 weeks unless we move to a level 4. This commitment allows us to safely reopen while establishing a predictable routine for students, which we know is critical in easing anxiety and supporting their mental health and well-being. Hybrid learning combines face-to-face and online teaching into one cohesive experience. Students will attend class in person 2 days per week and spend 3 days working online. We learned a lot in the spring of 2020 that has helped us plan for the new school year. We used parent feedback surveys that went out in May to develop our plan for the current school year. There were several parent concerns that were addressed in our new plan. First, parents said that we needed to have one place to organize content. Many parents commented that it was difficult in the spring for students and parents who had to navigate different platforms, refer to directions and class dojo messages, or multiple emails from different teachers each day. Parents asked to have one place to access assignments and determine due dates. The idea of how much work was too much varied by student, grade level, and course. Some parents commented that it was too much work, while others in the same class were frustrated that their students seemed to have so little. We knew we had to find a way to determine what was best for students. We also learned that with the demands of work and childcare, we had to make content accessible at varying times to accommodate work and childcare schedules. What should you expect in the hybrid model? The weeks will be set up so that the 2 days your child is in school will set them up for the 3 days they're working at home online. Teachers will do 2 days of lessons to anchor the learning and then set students up for the next 3 days. This schedule means that students will get the in-person lessons on Thursday and Friday that the other half of the class got on Monday and Tuesday. I'll give you a view of that schedule in the next few moments. We are going to do our best to keep it paced with a normal school year, but we're only going to move forward as fast as we reasonably can in order to ensure students get a full year of their grade level content. Teachers will work in collaborative teams to navigate through this as we determine what's realistic. Assignments are posted but can be completed at any time during the school day. Students will not have to log in at a set time for each of their classes. This helps families that may be juggling childcare and work schedules. Students in grades 4 through 12 will still receive letter grades at the end of the 9 weeks, and students in K3 will receive a progress report. That's different from the complete-incomplete system we used in the fall. Teachers will use a variety of assessment methods to determine student growth and understanding. All grades for 4th through 12th grade students will be posted in Schoology. Students in kindergarten through 3rd grade will receive assessment information from teachers. Unfortunately, Schoology is no way for us to do standards-based grade reporting at this time. Finally, opening in hybrid means that our classrooms will have half the students they normally do. Why does this matter for teaching and learning? Because we're opening at half capacity, teachers will have the opportunity to work with smaller groups of students. In a normal school year, while a teacher is meeting with a small group of students, the other students may be working independently, reading or writing. In the hybrid model, teachers will do their best to capitalize on the in-person learning so that the independent work is on the online days. In science, for example, the in-person days will be utilized for labs or hands-on activities, while the online days will be used for follow-up activities. Here are some examples of things that may be done on face-to-face days compared to online learning days. On face-to-face, teachers might introduce content where it's easier to see confused faces and for students to ask clarifying questions. They might engage students in back and forth discussions about a text or passage they read at home, and students might complete labs or hands-on science tasks. On the online days when students are working from home, that's when they may be doing independent reading. They may be asked to watch a video from the teacher and complete a task. There may be follow-up activities from the in-person days. They could be reading articles and answering questions. Students could be conducting research. They could be crafting and developing writing or utilizing practice software. Here's a sample schedule of the first weeks of school. You'll notice that students' last names A through K start on August 17th. Because middle school and high school students are familiar with Schoology, they can log in to Schoology on August 17th, where teachers will post getting to know you or welcome activities. In the first week, we do not expect elementary students to log in at all if their last name begins L through Z on August 17th or 18th. Schoology is a totally new platform for most of our elementary students, so it's unrealistic to think everyone can jump in and get started. Elementary students L through Z will join us on the 20th, where we'll help you launch your new school year. Week 2, then, you'll see that students' last names L through Z will be completing their work that's assigned to them in week 1 on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then they'll be back to that in person on Thursday and Friday. All students in kindergarten to grade 12 will have Schoology accounts this year. Everything will be organized in Schoology. However, the links in Schoology may connect you to other platforms. The next part in this video series, which I'll release in the next coming days, will give additional information about your parent's Schoology account and your child's Schoology account. The hardest part of online learning is helping students to manage their time. We've asked each teacher to have a folder or spot in their class or course labeled this week's work. We've also asked each teacher to create a checklist or pacing board for their course to outline the assignments and due dates. Pacing out the work gives students clear expectations about what they should complete each day. This checklist or pacing board is also helpful for parents, so that elementary parents know what to do each day, or middle and high school parents know what to hold their child accountable for. Because teachers are working with students during the day, they may not be available during school hours to answer questions right away. Please allow them time to respond to Schoology messages or email. Teachers are available for office hours on Wednesdays. Teachers will communicate their office hours and office hour plans and expectations in their weekly checklists or pacing boards. Finally, we want everyone to know that the first few weeks are always focused on building relationships, and this year it's more important than ever. We know that it's going to be harder to build teacher and student relationships when we only see each other 2 days a week, so we've asked that teachers take time as the year begins in the face-to-face days to build routines, establish expectations, get to know students, and teach students how to use the new platforms. In addition, we have a lot of health and safety lessons and protocols that we need to teach within the first days of school to keep us all safe on those face-to-face days. Especially at the elementary level, give grace the first few weeks of school as activities and assignments start to flow in. It takes some time to get the school year up and going and established. Hopefully this video has helped to answer some of your questions about learning over the next 9 weeks. I'll be following up with part 2 and 3 in this series, where I'll focus specifically on Schoology and navigating some common tech issues that families experience when working and learning at home.